Smith.
Here.
Gear.
Here.
Allemon.
I'm here.
Sims.
Here.
And Andrews.
Here.
All right. Woohoo, we win the prize. We got all five. All right. Can I get a motion to dispense with the reading and approve the minutes from our last meeting on August the 19th?
Second.
All right. Motion from Mr. Allen, second from Ms. Baird.
And then
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. 5-0. Those are approved.
Aye.
Oh, it was Miss Ann. Oh, no, it was Miss Gear. Sorry, Miss Gear. I said Miss and I just sort of like slurred it over there. Okay, old business 180424 is request to transfer all future sign requests to be handled by the Board of Zoning and Adjustments.
Yes.
Counselors Jones and Almond, we are working on that. We had to reschedule our meeting that we had set for the 9th. Yes, we had to move it to the 20th because of the budget hearing. So we are going to meet with Kale and a representative from the BZA, hopefully get that taken out. So hopefully we'll be taking some action on that sometime soon. So until then, I will carry that over without objection, and we will carry on with that business. Okay. Now, I've got a new business item. Y'all still?
Yeah, we're just, you don't have to just pause.
Okay, we're just, this is a break. All right, so it's new business item 280824, which is a request for consideration of creating a habitat for monarch butterflies in Homewood, and this comes to us from Maddie Tarpley, who is a high school student at Homewood High School and part of the Homewood High School Environmental Club. And look at there, make America wild again. All right, Maddie, take it away.
Well, I would first like to apologize for the long wait. I did not intend for it to be that long.
No worries.
But today I'm here to talk to you about monarch butterflies. So, first the issue, if it'll load. Alright, so monarch butterflies, as a surprise to me, are actually an endangered species. Recently they've been put on a list of several species that have come into the qualification of endangerment, and that is because they've decreased by 95% since the 1980s. I grew up hearing stories from my parents about the fields they would see of butterflies in Elmore County and Tuscaloosa and Tallapoosa, all around there, and me and my younger sister, who is not here today, we have rarely seen butterflies outside of textbooks and zoos. So this is because the food that monarchs eat, the milkweed, they take the toxins from that, and those toxins help protect butterflies from their predators. Milkweed's been removed from local ecosystems, and that's through new houses being built, or new developments, or new city landscaping. Those native plants, the milkweed, have been taken out of what is around where the butterflies migrate. So why do monarchs matter? They're not just gorgeous, they are also pollinators. And they help grow native fruits and vegetables, but also the fruits and vegetables that the Alabama economy and the American economy relies on to grow. So they're also an indicator species. I know my family is a big quail hunting family, so monarchs are an amazing indicator for a healthy quail habitat. And surprisingly, quail make up a large percent of the southern economy. A lot of money goes from the quail hunters, whether they are helping pay for landscaping of these quail preserves, or whether they're paying the hotels around where they're hunting. A lot of that money is coming to the city through taxes, or directly to the city through donations. So what can be done? Mainly, what we need to do is plant milkweed in these public spaces. So we can add milkweed to a list of native plants that are, I've already talked to some members of the Homewood Beautification Committee. They're already considering adding native plants when doing these new renovations, and so a big step would be adding milkweed to that list of native plants, so that when that work gets done, we're already moving in that direction, as well as planting milkweed in Homewood city-owned locations. I and several other student volunteers would love to volunteer our time and our money buying the seeds and then planting them around the city of Homewood. That way, each year when these plants grow back, because they only have to be planted once, the butterflies will come through Homewood on their way to migrate down to Mexico. Another one is to facilitate student learning about monarchs, so bringing awareness into the high school and the middle school and the elementary schools, and planting butterfly gardens out near the playgrounds. So where can we plant it? Me and my family went around and took pictures of different places in Homewood that we thought would benefit. So we have Overton Park, Woodlawn Park, Central Park, near the Homewood Athletic Complex, where there's been a big buildup of flora, And in public spaces, this is actually in my neighborhood where we have an entire triangle in the middle of our neighborhood that we like to keep looking nice. And near the Board of Education, there's large big plots of land that are currently sitting unused that the middle schoolers just walk through. And wouldn't it be lovely if they could see butterflies on their way home?
What about the greenway?
Yeah, I was about to say the greenway
Yes,
too.
so along with this is places in, between medians and where the roads are going, having just butterfly plants and gardens where you can see butterflies on your way to work.
And I will say, Maddie, my husband and I were just in Columbus, Mississippi last weekend, and they have a river walk, and somebody has planted a butterfly garden, and I cannot tell you, there were at least 30 monarch butterflies flying all
That's
over that garden.
amazing.
But it was all along their trail, and I
Yeah,
think
within our
Jennifer,
trail.
yeah, because the Greenway Trail that goes in front of the high school and all the way down to the soccer park, there's a lot of space
And the
there.
music section
Absolutely.
too, yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
that might
Well,
be,
yeah.
you might want to add that to your list.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
All right, does anybody have any questions for
Well,
Maddie?
what would we do? Would we refer her to work with Berkeley? Would we refer, the idea of them volunteering their time to plant, we would coordinate that through Berkeley?
And I know you have talked to the beautification board, and I think also it probably would be a good idea to talk to the environmental commission as well.
I'm going to be at their next meeting and they're going to publish my letter in their next.
Well, you did it. No, they already did it.
Oh goodness.
It's already been published. I meant to tell you. Yes, no, they did in their latest newsletter. You're the featured person. So that's fantastic. I think probably between working with environmental beautification and Berkeley's department, because they're the ones that do a lot of the maintenance. So what you would want to do for sure is have them know, so that they wouldn't cut things down when they're in the process of landscaping, because they do that. They go along and weed eat and those kind of things to make sure that they know, and also to get permission for like where they were going to be.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think there's some really good spaces along the Greenway where you could do some really pretty things.
Especially down by the Green Springs Inn. That really.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I
So.
just want to say real quick too. I mean, this is like a perfect example of when we talk about a beautification plan, like these type habitat creations can be embedded in that as an element, and that's one of the additional benefits of doing it. I mean,
I guess that part of that plan, how do we make sure that some areas are permanently designated, right? So that
Right.
we're
Well, and because I will say, Mountain Brook last year was designated as a bee city USA, and it's because they have created these pollinator gardens and things throughout the city to encourage pollinators to come to their city. And I don't know that we could do as much as that, because there's a lot of layers of requirement there. But I think we could make sure that we're, like you said, including those things in that plan, and just in ways that we make
so that
conscious.
their investments.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I will say, Maddie, I'm so impressed. This is fantastic. Your presentation was very good, and thank you for coming up with such a wonderful idea. So let's, I think the right motion is probably to accept her presentation and make sure that we connect her with Berkeley and Environment. She's already connected with Beautification Board and Environmental Commission, and that they kind of work together to maybe come up with a plan of where these things can happen, and get that done.
I'll make that motion first.
Second.
All right, motion from Ms. Andrews and second from Mr. Allman. All in favor of accepting the presentation? Aye. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.